someone that has witnessed this, what would you like a conclusion to be?
Justice. I don't know how that looks anymore. Obviously, this is not the first case. This is something that happens to me, it seems like, every day. At least right now, justice for these kids.
It takes 3 of you? Seriously? Shit! That's a school backpack, you asshole!
I spoke to 2 ladies who first saw what happened from the very beginning. They were actually right next to the kids, and they said that supposedly an older white man called the cops on the kids because they were bothering him. But from her perspective, being next to them, she said that they weren't doing anything to the man, that they were just kids being kids and playing amongst themselves.
I watched them fight. On the entrance. The guy who called me, I
But then people who were actually looking through the door, they started screaming, racial justice, not fair, this shouldn't be happening, please stop. Police sort of throw themselves onto these kids. So what I do know for a fact is that there was no questioning, no interviewing, no investigating. Like, they just went for them.
Okay.
They weren't even moving. One of the policemen had his knee on the young man's back, and then it was so hard it looked like he was gonna break it. And one person did yell, "Please get your leg off his back, you're gonna break it." And nothing happened. They held him down like that.
Get your meat off his stomach! Stop it! Everybody get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Leave him
How was it for you as a bystander to witness this?
It was horrific. It was traumatic in the sense that it was about 100 or more of us filming, yet we couldn't really do much else. We felt very impotent when you have so many people screaming for justice, so many people witnessing the cruelty, yet you can't do anything, right? Because we're civilians and they're authority figures. And if you go up to them, they might shoot you too. So we were livid, we were angry, but we were so powerless. All we could do was just scream and film. Everybody was screaming. It was a scene of collective hysteria. Oh my God, oh my God. African American person complaining about white kids bothering him, first of all, the cops wouldn't have paid attention. Second, let's assume they did. That's not the way that the cops would have treated two white American teenagers. It just would not have happened.
What would you like people to know or learn from your experience?
I want people to be aware that this precisely is America's problem. We have a big social, judicial, legal, penal problem in the way that the police treat others, especially African Americans and minorities. It's not something that you can ignore, and it's not something that you can say they were asking for it. This is the way that America functions.
And what is your biggest takeaway from this incident?
My biggest takeaway is that if this happened on a summer's day on an Embarcadero station filled with tourists and everybody screaming for justice for the same thing, then what happens when nobody's around? What happens when there aren't so many people watching the incident happen? What would have happened if it was a few hours later and then we're no longer there? I don't want to know.
The BART police officers refused to identify their badge numbers, state why they were arresting the young men, or take statements offered by witnesses. News outlets who did not get witness interviews originally reported that the young men were involved in a robbery. After eyewitness statements began to circulate in the viral videos, the news outlets changed their story. The minor has since been released from jail, but 22-year-old Michael Smith is being held at a $180,000 bond for resisting arrest and battery of a police officer. In the video, you see he was clearly subdued and restrained.